Hello. I'm back with another meatless meal. This time is something really simple. It's just green beans and sweet potatoes. So I like to saute my sweet potatoes and onion, and I put garlic powder on there. Sometimes I cut up fresh garlic. I think I am going to do fresh garlic this time. Make it taste a little bit better. And then I saute my green beans with garlic and butter, and I squeeze lemon over it. So just a little different meal today. This time I'm going to try bean sprouts. I normally don't buy these because I'm just a little skeptical about how they're grown. I'm just real picky about the stuff that I eat. But I haven't had this in a long time. It's been a minute. So I'm like, hey, what the heck? I'll try it. But I love bean sprouts. Bean sprouts are really good. So let's get started. I already washed my hand. And cut out the leaves. So I guess the first thing we're going to do, because the sweet potatoes are going to take the longest, you want to peel your sweet potatoes. And I like to peel mine in the sink. Nothing fancy. Just peel them how you normally would peel them. I got the sweet potatoes cut up. So now it's time for our best friend, Mr. Grapeseed Oil. All right, so can you see? All right. So we're gonna, and this is the wrong one. Once again, I'm messing up. Let me bring you guys over here. So we're going to put the grapeseed oil in here, coat the bottom of the pan. And let that warm up. We don't want it too low, we don't want it too high. Okay, so we're gonna let that warm up. And let's put you guys back. Something just popped up on my screen. There we go. All right, so while we're heating that up, we can go ahead and cut up our onions. And you don't have to slice your onions really little, but it just depends on how you like your onions. And then I cut it in 4. Maybe 8. Depends on how big they are. Because when the onions cook, they're gonna shrink. So yes, this one is really strong. And then since we've gotten the onions already cut up, then next we want to do the garlic. And once the grapeseed oil heat up, you want to put the sweet potatoes in there first and let them cook for a minute. Let them brown. And then turn the fire down, let them simmer. And then you add the garlic and onion so to give it the flavor, because you don't want the garlic to get brown. And I don't have my buddy here. I know I forgot to say that in the beginning of the video. I know. It's just me again. Okay, so these should be enough. So to make sure that the grapeseed oil is ready, I always just drop, yep. I drop one in there just to see if it sizzles. If it sizzles, then that means the grapeseed oil is ready. So you want to be careful. It's kind of like putting French fries in. You don't want the grease to splatter on you. And you don't want to touch the grease. I've done that plenty of times. So how I do it, I stack it on top of each other. And then once they're all done, then I get a cooking utensil and I spread it around. You want to use your favorite guy, pink Himalayan salt. Not too much. You can use black pepper. I normally don't, but this time I am, just to try something different. And you can stir it just to soak up some of the grapeseed oil. So the main thing there, you want to get those brown and a little bit of, you want to brown them. So that's the first step. You want to brown both sides. And then once they're brown, then that's when you kind of like smother them. You turn the fire down. You put the onion and garlic in there. I do put the onion and garlic in there maybe a couple minutes before I smother them, just to give them a little bit of time to cook. So, but you'll see throughout the process. But as of right now, I just want to focus on browning the sweet potatoes. So we're going to sit that there. And the next step are the green beans. So while that's cooking, you can get your green beans out. And these are already snapped at the end. Yeah, they've already been snapped at the end. So I just make sure I rinse them off. And you still don't want to put your green beans on. You don't want to put your green beans on until you are smothering your sweet potatoes, because the green beans cook really fast. Okay. So we're going to let that cook, and then we'll get back to adding the additional ingredients into the sweet potatoes, and then we'll get to the green beans. So the sweet potatoes are starting to cook a little bit more. They're getting a little bit more less firm. So I'm going to add the onions. And I'm going to cut up the garlic. You don't have to cut up the garlic real little. Let me bring it over here so you can see. Move this pick out the way. I don't cut it up in any fancy way. I just cut it up and not cut my fingers. Okay. So what I am going to do is just dump it. And stir all that together. And we're going to let that cook. We're going to let that cook for a couple minutes, and then we'll check back on it because you don't want the garlic to get too brown. Okay, so now I'm going to put some water in there. All right, now I'm going to put some water in there, and I'm going to use some spring water. Just put a little bit. And I cover it. Nope. Turn it down because you don't want to burn it. And you let that cook for about another couple minutes, and you check on it just to make sure it's not burning. So the next step, we're gonna do the green beans. Let's put some of my favorite butter. Ooh, that's too much. Too much. Okay. Let's melt the butter, and wow, the butter is melting. Guess we're going to chop up more garlic. And I like to cut my green beans in half. Yes, I use scissors. That's the end of that. Sometimes they're just too long. So it's easier to eat when they're cut in half. And it's easier for Ocean to eat too, so. All right, so the green beans are ready. I had to make a stop to go get Ocean, so I kind of had to pause it a little bit. So the green beans and the sweet potatoes, they are ready. So now I need to do the bean sprouts. And kind of already put them in there. I love bean sprouts. I showed you in the beginning of the video. So you saw the packet that they were in, so if you kind of want to add it. They're really good with stir fries. Turn this so you guys can see. All right. And I'm just gonna saute this in some butter. Since there wasn't enough room to put it on top of the green beans, I'm just gonna saute it in some butter. And you can lightly saute that maybe for a minute or two, not even that long, because you don't really want to overcook it. Because you kind of still want them crunchy. So the butter is melting. And you just want to put light butter in there. Dump them. You don't have to season them. I don't season them. Yeah, I don't season them, because we already have the seasonings on the green beans and the sweet potatoes. So here is the finished product. Ta-da! We have sweet potatoes, sauteed in grapeseed oil with garlic and onions. And then we have green beans sauteed in butter and garlic with bean sprouts on top, and a squeeze of lemon just to give it a little bit of zest. So if you enjoyed this recipe and enjoyed the video, please like and share my video, and also subscribe to my page. Until then, see you next time.